Good morning, Gabriel, Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of information this morning. I want to focus on one single word because I know it's difficult with all this information to remember anything speakers might have said. That word is system. And you have heard that from John Leo speaking about systems again and again and again in the context of natural systems. The attempt to catch that and bring that on a political level is talking about food systems. Now we have the declaration, and for me, it's a bittersweet moment. Sweet because we've been fighting for that for many years. And it's absolutely absurd, if you ask me, that it took 28 years to finally recognize the biggest contributor, not only to climate change, but to deforestation, water use, loss of biodiversity, which is food as a system. Now we have a declaration. That's a great thing. And finally, people paying attention. I was at a dinner with the New York Times yesterday evening, and you had all the high and mighty speaking about food systems. But do we mean the same thing? Is it about more efficient agriculture? Is it about more use of clever technology? I don't think so. I think it's about the recognition about the natural systems that keeps us alive. And I'm growing constantly more impatient when people say, yes, soils are also important. Water is also important. Imagine you would be at the International Space Station and you're doing a live YouTube because it's all funny and somebody tells you, hey, our life support system is going south. And you would say, yes, that's also important. What's the difference between this beautiful planet and Mars? And so I'm referring to Mars because of Elon Musk's plan to go there, is soil. That's the difference between life and death. That's the difference between being able to live on this planet or not being able to live on this planet. And if we have the biggest conference in the UN system, which is currently going on, and it has reached a scale which is very difficult to understand and to communicate to anyone who hasn't seen that, we must talk about soils. And the loss of them is as vitally threatening as climate change itself. The good news is that, I'm working now with the World Food Program, and we cannot catch up with the need of people worldwide. We have seen 200 million people getting more into hunger over 4 years. We are 60% underfunded. How on earth should we solve that? We will never have enough humanitarian money to feed people with aid. We need to get them back on their own 2 feet. And here's the good news, because I don't want to be Dr. Doom this morning. The good news is transferring food systems, doing the right things, building soils, getting the carbon out of the air can start right away. And there is an army of 1 billion people who stand ready, who would be happy to have livelihoods and jobs and can work and will work for very little money. And these people I'm talking about are exactly the recipients of aid. If we do what John has just shown in his video, we can turn these people into agents of change. We have all the help in the world to fix the climate crisis if we finally shift the focus and get our attention and our money to the smallholder farmers. And I'm saying smallholders, and I'm quoting Vandana Shiva, what she said yesterday evening. She said the difference between large-scale farming and small-scale farming is love and care. A smallholder farmer loves the land and cares for the people and the animals on that piece of land. And that's exactly what can help us out of the crisis. So very happy to be there. All good energy to you, and I hope more and more people hear your message. Thank you very much indeed.